I'm Kane.
And I'm Brandon.
And today we're going to be answering some common customer questions about HVAC.
HVAC stands for heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. What we do here at TLC is HVAC. So we work a lot on furnaces for heating, ventilation, so that counts as for any kind of ductwork, filter, air conditioning, hence from refrigerated air, swamp cooler, mini splits, or air handlers. Changing your air filter is definitely beneficial to you and your system. It also does keep an upkeep. It also makes the furnace last a lot longer. With filters, it's recommended to change it anywhere from every 2 to 3 months. If you have pets in the home, I would definitely recommend, or if you have a humidifier, I definitely would recommend changing those every month, just because the shedding of animal hair, or when you have a humidifier, the particles that put off from the humidifier are kind of like a dust in the air that kind of collects onto the screen. Yes, the filter may look clean, but when you run your hand over the filter and you see like the white particles, you'll notice that definitely will make it seem like your air filter is clean, but it is pretty dirty and definitely makes the system struggle keeping up.
Yeah, and like Brandon said, changing your filter is probably the most important thing that you can do as a homeowner to prevent a lot of things from happening. You know, keeping a clean filter means that your system is not struggling. With a dirty filter, it's almost like your blower motor that is producing either the heating or cooling into your home is like trying to suck through a straw, and it just puts a lot of pressure on it. It could put a lot of pressure on the rest of the components as well. I'd say if you stay on top of that, you should definitely see some longevity out of your units. That's a good question. How long should your HVAC system last? I think there's a lot of variables that play into that. Obviously, upkeep and maintenance. It's always good to have a service technician come out and maybe take a look at your system once or twice a year, just to kind of be in the loop. I think standard lifetime that we like to see is anywhere from 15 to 20 years. That's a really good range that we like to see those systems last. Obviously, we have some on both sides of the spectrum where it could be a little less, could be a little more. It kind of just depends on the style of system, who installed the system, and just general maintenance. We noticed that a lot of times if a system is well kept up and the customer is in the loop about staying on top of preventative maintenance, we tend to see those units last a lot longer.
With mini splits, it's perfect to ideal to keep in your home if you have a portion of your room that is not able to have any ventilation whatsoever. So if you're having a room that's super cold, but if you want it really warm in there, you're better off with the mini split.
Yeah. And kind of what Brandon said, just kind of with climate control, it allows each room to be set at their own temperature. Obviously, here in New Mexico, we have a lot of unconventional homes and may not be able to have certain applications. And so that's where mini splits kind of come into play, and you really get to see them kind of come through full force. There's no gas application hooked up to them. So that's kind of taken fully out of the picture, and they're very nice. I mean, you could be in your room at 64 degrees and have your kids or wife in another room and have a completely different temperature. So there's a lot of great benefits to it.
What are some of the cons?
Some of the cons, obviously, they're super high communicating systems. Sometimes that comes with very high problems. They're not super high maintenance, but the repair value and stuff like that can get very costly. And one of the most important things is making sure that it is installed correctly. We see it every single day. That is one of the main issues that we run into is if it's not installed correctly, it has a lot of problems. It's a very sensitive system. And if you're looking for something that's super simple and easy going, maybe it's not the system for you. But if it's something that you're intrigued with and really about energy efficiency and everything like that, then it's the way to go.
If the screen's off, change your batteries. Making sure if you're not getting enough airflow, making sure that your registers are fully open, making sure that your filter has been changed.
Yeah, and then at that point, if you've checked all of those things, you can take a look at the unit. I wouldn't recommend touching too much on the unit, especially if it's any kind of newer unit. You definitely risk voiding any kind of manufacturer warranty. And I'd say at that point, if you've done those simple tasks, you now are able to call call us and we'll come take a look at it for you.